What is up? What is up? It's another episode of Dynasty Pylon. I am back after 2 weeks. Yeah, I had a couple of minor military duties to do, but hey, I'm back. Let's get into it. Talk about football. Make this really quick. I know Arizona is stoked about the Suns, uh, so I'm trying to watch a little bit of it as well. I know I'm not really big into basketball. I know football is mainly my main sport, but I mean, hey, if one of our teams is in it, I'm down to watch. So I'm just gonna make it a two-part video. We're gonna do AFC West starting today, and then tomorrow when Mark comes back. Mark, if you're watching, buddy, I've been telling you for years, man. You need to quit that job, man. You're treated unfairly. You've been there for years, and you're still in the same position, and I don't see any respect coming out of it. It's time to go. It is time to go. But hey, I'll see you tomorrow. Best luck today at work, whatever the hell you're doing. But right now, let's break into AFC West. I'll be doing a little bit of Chargers and a little bit of Raiders, and then we'll end it with Broncos and their nasty defense and the Chiefs, who potentially probably going to make another Super Bowl run again. So, again, like I said, AFC West, we are going to do I'm going to do the Chargers right now. They made a couple of moves. They made, nothing about the Hunter Henry part aspect. They did lose Hunter Henry. So, Hunter Henry out's the door. They didn't re-sign him last year. They franchise tagged him, so they needed him. But tight end, they didn't really do much. I think they drafted someone. Honestly, I don't think they actually drafted anybody. I know they picked up a receiver, Josh Palmer. I think it was in the third. But Hunter Henry he's out. I know they lost Turner and Jefferson, and those are the linemen. And then Hayward is also gone. He was a corner, so a little bit out of. They didn't have any franchise tags. They didn't put anybody on there. So even though heading into the draft, they're still looking to fill that hole at tackle. So Sam Tevi, he started 14 games last year, so maybe he could be like taking over that spot. We don't know, but hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, did some crazy stuff while I was up north. Turned it out to training, and then turned out to real life world. So situations with the fires up north. So appreciate that. Thanks, man. So, but like I said, they did draft a lineman, first round, I believe, which was Rashawn Slater. Yeah, Rashawn Slater. He was there for, I think they got him like early in the first couple first rounds. I think it was like 13th overall. Yeah, 13th overall. So definitely help out Herbs there. Protect the guy, give him some protection, and then Asante Samuel Jr. His dad played it in the NFL, but he's just as good as his dad, and he's a corner, so definitely lock down that defense a little bit. Oh, there it is. The tight end I was talking about. So Trey McKitty, tight end out of Georgia. So I don't know if he's gonna meet expectations that Hunter Henry did fill. I mean, those are some big shoes to fill. So, but overall, I think that the Chargers are gonna be just fine. We'll look into their schedule here in a little bit, but I know that I do see them competing. Are they going to beat out the Chiefs? I'm not too sure about that. Are they going to beat the Broncos? Now, I know the Broncos I'll talk about tomorrow. The Broncos have a bit of an offensive issue that people are kind of skeptical about, but I think they could do it. I think they could pull it off, but we'll wait for Mark's opinion on that one tomorrow. But as of today, the Chargers definitely can get a good run at it. They got a linebacker, Chris Hunt, but then they have some pretty good defensive guys, linebackers anyways. So let's see, Brandon James, another offensive lineman, Neiman, another linebacker, and Roundtree the third. I don't think he'll get any playing time, but you never know if he moves up special teams, press special teams coach, and makes it to the next level. We might see him if Austin Eckler is hurt again. And then Kelly might be hurt. like we'll see. You never know. Injuries happen, these things happen, and these guys come up and they get their time, and then next thing you know, everyone on the waiver wire is gunning after them. Everyone's using all their fab money on them to try and get them on their spot for a couple of weeks, and those couple of weeks are very important when it comes to the end of the fantasy football season. So, and then they ended up with that round 7 Mark Webb, safety out of Georgia. So overall, not too bad. Again, Rashawn Slater, definitely a good addition to the Chargers. Give Justin that protection that they need. So it's like I said, I think that they have a good run. I think that they can potentially make something happen for the Chargers being in the position that they are in now. I do strongly believe that they could potentially make wild card. I don't think they're going to beat out the Chiefs, but we'll see about that as the season gets along. So let's check out their schedule real quick. I honestly, I looked at it and it's pretty easy. So I mean, they got it's easy, and then it's like it's kind of the middle. So I think they're gonna go like 11-7 in my what I saw just off the pre-rankings from what I think that we have now. I think that they'll probably lose to Washington, maybe beat out the Cowboys, lose to the Chiefs, maybe beat out the Raiders, lose to the Browns. We got the Ravens, the Patriots, Eagles, Vikings, Steelers, Broncos, Bengals, Giants, Chiefs, and Texans. Easy win. Look, fantasy football is coming up. If you have anybody going against the Texans, I think there's always that one team that you just start everyone against. I think next season is the Texans, that you just start everybody against the Texans, regardless of what position they are. Your players will probably score against them. The Texans are horrible right now. Texans fans, I'm sorry, but unfortunately, it's definitely rebuild mode to the max right now. And you guys are going to be sitting there for a couple of seasons hurting. But hey, I'm a Falcons fan, so I know we are in denial, and we are going to be in rebuild mode. I think they just need to accept the fact and trade off Matty Ice. Unfortunately, I don't want to say or hear that, but I think Matty Ice can probably potentially get us a second or something like that. But we'll see. So Texans fans, I'm sorry, but it's going to be a rough couple of seasons. So then you end it with Broncos and the the Raiders. So again, I see this schedule potentially 11 wins, 7 losses. We'll see. Again, injuries do play a big part in a lot of these schedules, so anything can happen. And let's see. Sorry. So all they can hope for is wild card. Yeah. For sure, 100%. I don't think they're gonna do much beyond past the Chiefs. The Chiefs is definitely their biggest hill that they got to climb over, but they do have potential. Like, what if the Chiefs get knocked out and something, and then they get advanced? I don't know. And then Texans are the new Browns of the league. Yeah, for sure. Definitely someone's got to take that last place spot. The Browns are no longer that just kind of like pass on teams. Like, everyone's kind of fearing them now. For once, they actually went into the draft not relying onto their first round draft pick. I am happy for the Browns. Browns fans, man, best of luck. I really hope that you guys beat out the Steelers and maybe the Ravens, but we'll see. Again, this is the middle of summer. We still got training camp to do, and again, injuries, like I said earlier, we'll see. And agreed. Don't want any of the shares of the Houston players. No, 100%. No, none at all. I mean, you might want maybe their number 1 receiver, but we'll see. Even then, it's kind of. I mean, maybe Brevin Jordan might sneak in as a good tight end, just because nobody really knows about him. He might be a good sleeper, but he's a rookie coming out. He was supposed to be a high prospected guy, so. Vegas over under for Chargers is a 9.5. Easy for me, or easy over for me. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I think they'll go 11-7. Again, the Chiefs, that's that hill right there. But the Chargers definitely will have to beat out the Chiefs, like I said, and potentially the Broncos. That nasty defense is, dude. If you got to look at that for IDP purposes, any of those guys could either be make or break. Now, the only reason I say that is because IDP, they can either eat into each other's tackles or they could potentially do really good as a team and give you a bunch of half tackles. So depending on your scoring format, if you have half tackles as 1 point and a single tackle as 2 points, maybe that'll help you out. But I know a lot of leagues have half 0.5 for assisted tackles. So, but yeah, that's the Chargers. I like I said, I think they're 11-7. So I'm not gonna be here on too long. I know me and my best friend Mark, we were talking about he had some issues with work, but I'm gonna get into the Raiders real quick, and then tomorrow we'll do a little bit more deep diving into the Chiefs and the Broncos. And tomorrow I have, if you've tuned into previous episodes, I have another Office linebacker episode for you guys. That should be fun. So that's definitely something. It's really funny to watch. But this is so he was gone for 2 weeks, and I was gone for 2 weeks. I thought it was appropriate to show. I was going to show it today, but unfortunately I'm by myself. So we'll just wait till tomorrow. So let's get into the Raiders. Now, the Raiders, I know a lot of people were like down on them. They didn't do so hot with the draft, and people were questioning why or what they did. But it's like I said, they went into free agency. They lost. They didn't really lose like key players like massively, but I know that they signed Yannick Ngakoue, who, okay, I know Yannick Ngakoue as an IDP player was jumping around from team to team. I don't think he's going to do anything in the Raiders. He's got to beat out Max Crosby, and I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think he's going to be relevant. If I'm going to get him in like as a third down lineman, I might get him there as a sleeper, but I don't think he's going to be part of my draft. Yannick Ngakoue is a good player. I just don't see anything special about him. But he's a good player. He's a good talent. Just in the Raiders, I don't think he's going to beat out Nicholas Morrow or anything like that. But I know that. So my mistake. I did say they didn't sign anybody. They did sign John Brown out of Buffalo, and Willie Snead, and then Zay Jones. So all those guys are going, and then like I said, Nicholas Morrow, Carl Joseph, and running backs Kenyon Drake and Theo Reddick. Yeah, he's still playing. Theo Reddick is still playing. He might be that third string guy, definitely for sure. I don't think he's going to start over Kenyon Drake or Josh Jacobs at all. And then the team cuts were Gabe Jacobs, which was a lineman. Well, pretty much their entire line. They just got rid of. Don't know why. And then they also cut Tyrell Williams, a receiver, who was a big part of their offense as well. So, and then they traded Trent Brown to New England Patriots. So, yeah, their line is very interesting. But I remember watching the draft with the Nerd Huddle, which they're on every day. That's their schedule right there. That's Nerd Huddle. We go hard all day, every day. Well, not every day or all day, but during the weeknights, that's our schedule right there. You got the movie reviews and all that good jazz. So Nerd Huddle, we were watching that, and it was a special moment when we all got surprised that they drafted, who was it, Leatherwood or something like that. I can't remember his actual first name, but let me see if I could pull it up real quick. But the draft picks were very odd. I know Leatherwood was a very surprising one. And then you ended up having, who was it? Trent Mooring, who's not a bad safety. I would have went with Richard Grant, just a little bit more safer. But then they passed up on JOK. They passed up on other linebackers who was pretty had a good spot there. Instead, they picked up Malcolm Kuntz out of Buffalo, and then another safety, and then another safety, and then another corner. A bunch of DBs. I guess they think in their mind that they're hurting for DBs. But I mean, I think there's a little bit more issues with their O-line, in my opinion. But hey, you got Leatherwood, the number one best move. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I can't. We were all watching that. As the Nerd Huddle was watching that, we were like shocked that they passed up on who was it? Dershaw and who was the other guy out of the Vikings? I think that was Christian Dershaw, right? I can't think of it right now, but they saw something special in him and they picked him. So Leatherwood it is. First round draft pick. I hope that Alex does good for them. I mean, he's a big guy out of Alabama. So hopefully he does good for them. I'm not too sure how that'll play out. There has been busts before. He could potentially be one. So let's get into their schedule. And I know that the Raiders' schedule is not that pretty. I didn't like it. I did not like it at all. They got the Ravens at the opener. Then they got the Steelers. Then they got the Dolphins, Chargers, Bears, Broncos, Eagles, Giants, Chiefs. It's like every single time they have one or two easy teams, they go to a hard team. And it's just, or vice versa, a hard team and two easy teams or something like that. So it's for every like hard team, there was maybe an easy team, but Broncos, Browns, Colts, and Chargers. They might split with the Chargers just because what they did with the Chiefs last season surprised a lot of us. But honestly, I don't see them doing very good. I potentially see them going maybe 5-12. I mean, that stings a little. Sorry, Raiders fans, but not sorry. Look, man, your draft spoke, and we see what it is. Look, if you want to defend them, leave it in the comments below. But dude, I don't see them doing much. It's gonna be a rough season. I think, me personally, you never know. They could do some pretty well, legit good things. So, yeah, it's nothing special. So, again, 5-12. Be careful if you're going into your draft. If dynasty players, if you got Kenyon Drakes and Josh Jacobs, don't hesitate to try and trade them. Again, they can still produce. One goes down, the other one's going to produce. Again, we'll see how it goes. But that line is not looking pretty. So we don't know if they're going to do anything special again. So, yeah. So tune in tomorrow as Mark comes back from his job, whatever the hell they got him doing. We're going to be doing Broncos and the Chiefs, and I know we're going to get a little bit more into that one. So today's just a little bit of short one. I just got back after 2 weeks doing all kinds of stuff. So with the military. So when I get him back, we'll talk a little bit about Nick Bolton. All right, Nick Bolton, a potentially IDP, maybe third rounder out of your rookie draft. I think Nick Bolton's going to be definitely a key piece in that defense of the Chiefs. And then you got Surtain, so out of the Broncos. So again, I think those guys might be some good third rounders in your IDP leagues. If you got to go offense first with Justin Fields and Bateman and all of them, so they might go 1 or 2, and then we'll see how where Williams goes. I know we're going to talk about Javonte Williams tomorrow, if he's going to beat out Melvin Gordon. I don't think Melvin Gordon's going to play a whole season. So anyways, that is it. That's a short episode today, as I broke down a little bit of the Raiders and a little bit of the Chargers. So, but I will see you tomorrow. Oh, and tomorrow, definitely come. I have another office linebacker 2-week vacation. Pretty funny. Why? I thought it was, like I said earlier, it was appropriate. I was gone for 2 weeks. I saw this clip of the office linebacker. If you haven't seen them in our previous episodes, they're pretty funny. the Office linebacker with terrible Terry Tate. So pretty funny. So tune in tomorrow. I think we'll probably go about 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Pacific or whatever. So, but yeah. So, good night, good evening, good morning, wherever the hell you're at watching this. I will see you tomorrow. So those are funny as fuck. Yes, they are. So I got another one. I got a vacation one. So tune in tomorrow, and I'll definitely show that. I'll probably show that mid or maybe towards the beginning, probably. So, anyways, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate.